Alright, so we are going to do a demonstration on how to make rock faces and how to paint them. So what you're going to do is you're going to get some foam for wherever you're going to have your rocks. I'm just going to do a little scrap piece. So you're just going to take your foam and you're going to cut it to how you want it to be. So just going to shape it around. What you're going to do is you're going to glue your foam pieces together if you have not already. White glue is good. You don't want to put too much. Just enough. You know, shape it a little more. Come back, you add another piece in. Shape it to however you please the final outcome to be. So we're just going to finish shaping it just a little more. You'll notice that it's not totally dry yet, the glue. That's alright. Just going to come and tack it in the back with some nails. So the foam is moving around a bit. We're just going to put a couple nails in to keep it from moving around when we are working with it, so that it does stay in place. Now once that you've got your nails into the piece or your actual thing, so you have it shaped to how you desire it to be, we're going to take some plaster and we're going to cover the face of this form with it, and then we're going to sculpt plaster around in order to make that work. I'm going to go grab some newspaper so I don't get the table dirty. I'll be right back. Alright, now that we have our shape, the foam's glued down, dried, and shaped to how we want it, we're going to apply the plaster onto this piece. So I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to show you how to mix up the plaster. So grab an old container, anything that you can mix up plaster in. You're going to want some cold water. I have some in a bottle already to go. And you're going to want some plaster. This is just regular plaster pairs. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. You can also get it at AC Moore, Michael's, get a coupon, $5 thing. You're good to go. So what you're going to do, you're going to take out the plaster. I'm going to start, going to pour some into this container here. So this should be enough. I'm just going to put a little more in. Just going to put the plaster to the side now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the water. get a plastic spoon. Just gonna want to mix this up real good so there's no dry stuff left. If you put in too much water, you can just add more plaster. Don't put enough water in, just add more water. You want to get this to a good consistency. I put a little too much water in, so I am going to add a little more plaster. So I'm going to add a little more plaster to this mixture here. You do have to be quick with this because it does harden, and that's why you want to use cold water when mixing so that you have a longer span of time. I'm going to add a little more plaster to the mix, just so that it is a little harder, and that we have a little more control over it when adding it to the face of our foam. And it is starting to set, so we are going to have to work a little fast. This is a very good mix. Alright, now that we have the plaster all nice and mixed, I'm going to bring back our foam piece here. And before I apply the plaster, I am going to score the surface a bit so that it does have a better chance of sticking. Just going to really watch your fingers when doing this, because it could end a little badly if you don't. So now we have that scored a little. I'm just going to come back, just take a spoon and spoon the whole thing on. Just be generous with it. Just throw it onto the foam. At this point it doesn't matter where it really goes, because this is just a demo. So as you can see, there's a lot of plaster on here, and it has seeped down onto the newspaper, which on your layout or wherever you are doing this, it would be on the base or another piece of foam, whatever you have. Right now, I'm going to let part of it dry, and I'm going to do the other part with another technique of some rocks, which I'm going to do right now. And for that, we're going to need some tin foil. Alright, now that we have the plaster on the shape, what we're going to do is we're going to take some aluminum foil. We're going to cover only half of it for right now. Just going to crumple it up a little bit. Uncrumple it. And I'm going to leave this part over here the way it is. I'm going to, up in this area, I'm going to add the tin foil to it so that we do get this texture to it. So what we're going to do is just add the tin foil on. Just pinch it in a couple areas, push it down, shape it around. Get up a little more. add that in. And now what we're going to do is just going to let that dry and harden. It's going to take, half hour, 45 minutes to do for it to harden. While you're doing that, you can apply some plaster to other parts of the layout, or you can start with other scenery, or just run a train or two. Alright, I'll be back in a few. Alright, we're back. The plaster has hardened. What we're going to do now is we are going to take the aluminum foil off of this side, and we're going to see the results. So we're just going to tear it off. Don't have to be gentle with it. Not all of it's going to come off just because of that other stuff we did over here. It's alright. No big deal. You don't want to wait too long to take the aluminum foil off because it will harden and stick to it. So as you can see, the aluminum foil has left a texture in the plaster that resembles rocks, or a rock type face. So I got most of the tin foil off. I will continue to take it off, but I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I'd like you to subscribe, like the video, comment of what you'd like to see next, and also share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching.